Happy Sunday, everybody! It is our first video of 2021, and today's video we are going to talk about the things that you can expect from us in 2021 and some possible things that you could possibly expect from us in 2021. Again, it just all depends on how COVID's going. Hopefully things will be back to normal by the end of this year. But again, we'll just have to see how things go. But yeah, we just wanted to make a video to give you guys an insight on what you can definitely expect from us and what you could possibly expect from us this year. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with the things that we are definitely doing in 2021. First thing, we are definitely going back to Kings Island. That is for sure. And you'll probably see more of Andy in those videos than me because, as you guys know, I'm not a huge roller coaster person. And as if you've been to Kings Island, they're mostly roller coasters and I'm not a huge fan of them. So again, you'll probably see Andy more in those kind of videos. And yeah, I may tag along with him on some days at Kings Island. But again, you'll get most of those videos from Andy. I just looked up on the Kings Island website, and it looks like they have not come out with an opening day yet for this year, which I'm kind of a little bit surprised about, but partially not surprised about. I guess they're just seeing how things with COVID go about and how vaccines are getting distributed and things like that. So, but we will definitely keep you updated once we hear some new things about that. Hopefully by the end of the year, Halloween Haunt will come back, and Andy will definitely be doing that. I'm not a huge haunted house person or like to be scared, so that'll definitely be Andy. And then hopefully Winterfest will be back again this year. We'll definitely go back for that and give you the insight on that. Another thing we'll definitely be doing is definitely going back to the zoo this year. We'll definitely be going to Zoo Babies. Hopefully they will actually do it more in person this year. Last year they did a virtual Zoo Babies, but unfortunately we were not able to do anything like that for last year, so unfortunately we had to skip out on Zoo Babies last year. Yeah, Halloween will definitely be going back and checking things out for that. And of course, Festival of Lights, which is always the big one. Definitely will go back for Festival of Lights this year. And then also we would like to check out the new exhibit that the zoo is opening up this year. They're opening up a Australian exhibit. They've been working on this for about a couple years. I think I heard something like part of it is open right now, but I need to do a little bit more information search on that. But I think they said they'll actually fully open that up this year. So we'll definitely take a trip out there and we will check out the new Australian exhibit and see how that is for the zoo this year. And the most exciting part, which we're both excited to announce this year, is we are going to Disney World this year. We're going to be going to Disney World in mid-May. Definitely looking forward to it. And we're just really, really, really excited because, of course, as you probably tell, we're big Disney people, and it's more so Andy. I mean, I am too, but he just gets so excited over Disney World, and he only gets like maybe like an hour of sleep because he gets so excited and he just wants to go, 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 go. So, but yeah, we're going to be going to Disney World in mid-May. And then also in mid-May, which is also part of our Disney World trip, before we actually go to Disney World, we're going to be doing another beach day. We are going to be spending 4 days down in Destin, Florida, more specifically Fort Walton Beach. And we're going to check that out and check out the area. Andy and I have been to Destin before. We went there almost about 10 years ago with a group of my friends, and that was the last time we were down there. And we like it down in Destin. And so we want to go back and check things out and see how things have changed since the last time we were there, and also definitely mostly to explore it and enjoy the beach because we're big beach people. And then after those 4 days in Destin, that's when we're going to go and drive down to Walt Disney World, and we're going to spend 4 days down in Disney World. And there is a possibility, nothing has been confirmed yet with our Disney trip, that we may actually have my best friend and her husband possibly joining us on 2 of those days. Nothing's set in stone yet, but they seemed interested in it. So we'll let you guys know a little bit later on if they decide that they are going to join us, or if they're not going to join us, it's going to just be Andy and I. But we will definitely let you know. And we're looking forward to also in Disney World, and mostly me, not so much Andy, but of course, there are festivals that they're having. I forget which one is in May. I want to say it is the Flower and Garden Festival. I think that happens in May. So I will definitely be checking that out. If my friend joins us, maybe I can actually have someone who can actually enjoy it with me. But again, we'll just have to see how things go. But we're very, very, very excited to be going back to Disney World this year and getting videos of our trip and let you guys know how things go and how we think like certain rides went, what our reviews are on that, like maybe certain restaurants, more my review than Andy's review. But we're very, very excited. We're planning things day by day on this, and me, of course, I'm splurging on all sorts of Disney stuff. So yeah, we're very, 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 very excited to be going. So May cannot get here soon enough. Okay, so those are the things that we know for sure that we're definitely gonna be doing in 2021. Now I want to go ahead and go over to the list of things that we could possibly be doing in 2021. Again, it just depends on how COVID's going, if we have time to be able to do this. And this is just a list of things that we mentioned that we definitely like to do videos on. But again, nothing is set in stone or planned or scheduled for these, but they are definitely things that we've talked about doing. So again, we could possibly be doing them in 2021. We possibly could not be doing them in 2021. But we just like to give you guys those heads up on some ideas. And of course, if there's anything in Ohio or anything that you want us to check out, definitely leave a comment below. We're always up for ideas and new adventures, so we definitely would like your ideas if you hear anything. Okay, so the list of the things that we possibly could be doing in 2021, is going to Coney Island. I know we went to Coney last year. It wasn't actually to go to the water park. We were just there for a 4th of July fireworks show. I'll leave that link in the description down below if you want to check that fireworks show out. But we definitely would like to actually go to Coney and check things out. I know they have like a splash pad there that they put in like a few years ago. They actually have a dive and splash pool that they added in a couple years ago. And I think I've heard that they are actually putting in a obstacle course, some sort of obstacle course this year that they're going to add in for 2021. So definitely something that we would like to check that out. And also just mostly kind of revisit since the last time Andy and I have been there. But in case you guys don't know, that's where Andy and I actually met. We both worked at Coney. So we definitely want to go back there and check things out. So hopefully this summer we'll be able to check that out and see the new things Coney has to offer. Another possibility that we could be doing this year is going back to Cedar Point. I know Andy put in many videos of this past summer where he himself just went up to Cedar Point and checked things out. Of course, I didn't go because of COVID-related stuff. But hopefully this summer, maybe I'll be able to join him and we can take a day trip or a weekend trip up to Cedar Point. Again, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to ride at Cedar Point because just like Kings Island, mostly they're well known for their roller coasters. And me, I'm not a huge roller coaster person, so that may again just be an Andy trip or just an Andy video, but again, we'll just have to see. But we would definitely like to take another trip up to Cedar Point and check things out up there again. Also, there's just been talk of maybe checking out the Columbus Zoo up in Columbus, Ohio. We've heard a lot of good things about the zoo up there and just being able to check it out. We've never been there before, but maybe just kind of compare between their zoo and our zoo and see how we think of them, comparing the two. But that is another idea we've talked about. We talked about maybe possibly making another trip up to Cleveland. We've never made a video of us going to Cleveland, but we have been to Cleveland before, and it was before we ever started making videos, but we did take like a little weekend trip up there. We went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We walked around downtown a little bit. We actually saw the Christmas Story house up there. And then the next day we actually drove down to Canton, Ohio, where we went to the Football Hall of Fame. And then we stopped at a B-Dubs, and we actually watched a Bengals game up in Massillon, Ohio. So that was another idea we thought about maybe doing up there, or maybe just checking out Lake Erie up there, spend a weekend up there. But again, that's another possibility. And this possibility, it all definitely depends on COVID. But as most of you Disney fans know, Disneyland has not reopened. And as I am taping this, it is been almost to exactly a year ago since Andy and I were at Disneyland before everything went down. But yeah, Disneyland has not reopened yet. It may not reopen for a while. It just depends, again, with COVID. But we have talked that if Disneyland does reopen, probably by Thanksgiving, we are talking about possibly flying back out to Disneyland and checking it out. But if not, then we definitely have some ideas that we could possibly do. Maybe do another beach vacation, or just basically just stay at home. But so far that is the plan. Again, nothing's been scheduled, obviously, because you can't really schedule anything at Disneyland right now, but hopefully it will be reopened by the end of this year. But again, there's no guarantee. It all just depends on how things go. But we definitely want to go out to Disneyland again and check it out, and to just enjoy ourselves, mainly because, again, we're Disney people. So that's hopefully a possibility. But again, if, like I said before, if Disneyland does not work out, we have talked about maybe possibly doing another beach vacation where we don't know, but maybe possibly going back to places we've been to before. We've been to Virginia Beach, which we really liked. Maybe Myrtle Beach. There have been talk about me taking Andy down to Naples, where I've had a lot of memories down there. My grandpa's owned a condo down there, so I mean that is another possibility. Or just basically just possibly taking a beach vacation somewhere we've never been before. So again, it's all up in the air. It's possible maybe doing this if Disneyland doesn't happen, but again, it's up in the air, nothing set in stone. Another place we've talked about maybe taking like a weekend trip to is a place called Holiday World, and it's a little theme park over in Santa Claus, Indiana. And yes, there is actually a place in Indiana called Santa Claus, Indiana. I have been there before, and Andy's been there before, but to us together, we've never been there together. I didn't go to Holiday World, but when I was younger, I went on a camping trip with one of my friends at the time, and it happened to be in Santa Claus, Indiana. Now, Andy's been to Holiday World before, but the last time he was there, he was just a kid, so. And I want to say Santa Claus, Indiana is probably maybe 2-3 hours away from here. I don't know the exact time frame on that, but that'll definitely be something we can look into possibly doing for a weekend trip. All right, and then another thing we've talked about doing that may be a possibility we could do is going down to Dollywood down in Gatlinburg. Again, I think Andy said he's been there before. I know his brother's been there before. I don't think Andy's been there before, and I've never been there before. But yeah, Dollywood is down in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and of course it's owned and by Dolly Parton, as you can probably tell by the name. But we've talked about going down there and checking things out. Gatlinburg is probably about, I think, 3-4 hours away from here. Maybe just kind of like renting a cabin for the weekend and then just going to Dollywood, checking that out, checking out the roller coasters, and checking out food down there. I hear a lot of the food down there is really good. So, on my point of view, that may be more me, but again, we'll just have to see. Again, just checking things out, and we may possibly go down with friends if we ever do decide to do that. But again, that's another possibility we could do for like a weekend trip in 2021. Another place which is nothing big, but we have talked about maybe possibly going down along the river and going to Ulysses S. Grant's birthplace, which is actually about a half hour down along the river in a place called Point Pleasant, Ohio, which again is right along the river, and it's about a half hour, 45 minutes away from here. And maybe just stopping by there and checking that out. We've driven past it so many times, but we've never actually got to explore it before. But be able to, it'd be nice to just go there and check it out and give you guys a little bit of a history lesson. I'm sure Andy will be able to give more information about that. He's more of a history buff than I am. He knows a lot more about this stuff than I do, but it'd be just a fun little day trip just to go down there and check out his birthplace. And then another thing we talked about doing, and again, it just depends on COVID, is possibly doing a Cincinnati chili tour. Now, Andy and I, we've done something like this before, right around the time we first started dating. We actually did a chili tour, but it was before we started doing videos and things like that. We went around to different chili locations around Cincinnati and northern Kentucky, and we just compared chilies among the other places, and we let you know what our favorites were, what our least favorite were, and there's definitely more chili places around here that we didn't get to the first time we did one, but of course back then we didn't have a whole lot, so but it's definitely something we've talked about doing, and we'll just have to see if we can do that this year. Hopefully we can, but we really haven't been going out to restaurants. We do mostly like just carry outs and deliveries lately. So, I mean, we could do it that way, but it would just be more fitting if we actually went to the restaurants and actually sat down, so we can kind of give you inside view of what the place looks like and what they have on their menus to kind of give you guys an idea. I know there was a video actually a year ago where I went to Camp Washington Chili with my dad, and I kind of gave you a view of what the menu looked like and my view on what their chili is. But I can leave the link in the description down below for that one as well. But again, it would be good if Andy joined us, because he is a chili connoisseur, if you could say, and we would like to give our opinion on what we think is the best chilies to eat here in Cincinnati, and the ones that are okay, but maybe still worth going to try out, and the ones that are just not our favorites. And then, of course, you can definitely give us your intake on what you think, what your favorite chili places is, or if there's another chili place we need to definitely check out, we can definitely do that. Okay, so that pretty much sums up the things that you can definitely expect from us in 2021, and the things that we could possibly be doing in 2021, but again, nothing is set in stone, but we would like to do in 2021, and just kind of give you guys a heads up on what you could expect from us. All right, so that is going to do it for today. If you like the video, definitely give it a big thumbs up, and make sure to hit that big red subscribe button. And please definitely like our Facebook page and our Instagram page. And even though we do like the love on Facebook and Instagram, it would help us more in the long run if you do like and subscribe to our channel. All right, and that's going to do it for today. And we will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a good day, and we will see you next time. Bye.